Audio test. Audio test. Chat is acting a bit sus. I know there's a lot of chat in here. Ginger S, how's it going? Tim, Voyager. Let's see here. Late night stream. It seems I wanted to start up a couple hours ago, but we had a couple packages arriving in an order from Walmart, so just wanted to wait for those to all be here before I started things up. I don't know why the Walmart order was scheduled to arrive at like 7, but it was, so had to wait for that. Otherwise, I would have just had to have paused the stream for like 15, 20 minutes. I'll get everything up the steps and put away. Let's see here. I mean, there's still light outside, for me at least. It is not a hot tub stream. I don't even know what to say. I know that keeps being brought up as a meme, but it's disturbing. Very, very disturbing. Let's see what else here. Sell the bathwater. Yeah, gotta fund the 4090 or 5090 actually. Yeah, do the hot tub stream and sell the bathwater to fund the 5090. That's terrible though. Terrible. Um, Tim, on that topic, I picked up this little EEPROM thing off Amazon because when I put the water block on my 7900 XTX, I'm going to flash a different. I'm going to cross flash a different BIOS onto it. So being I'm putting it underwater, the ASRock Aqua BIOS has a higher power limit and a bit better clocks on it. So a lot of people have been doing that mod. It's pretty simple to do, especially if I'm already tearing the card apart. So hopefully I don't blow it up. See no ships. Darth, how's it going? Sean, Rob. Yeah, I know. We've been having a lot of orders delivered. What about a hot shower stream? Terrible. Richard, how's it going? It's going pretty well. My room's like a complete mess right now, though. Um, I need to really go through and get some of this stuff moved around. Has Cryptic ever said why they stopped making all the new TFOs in Advanced and Elite? Well, what's really frustrating about that is that Cryptic has stated that the Advanced and Elite versions are done on their side. It's just that for some unknown idiotic reason, they're not pushing them out to players, and it's going to be really disappointing. I'll be very critical about these new TFOs if they release them in a normal only state. That will be extremely frustrating because normal difficulty is not a challenge, and these new Borg that they're trying to introduce are supposedly attempting to be a bit more challenging than the Borg that we already have in the game. And if they don't take the time to put in those higher difficulty versions, it's such a waste of development time on their part if they're working on making harder content and then they finish the harder content but don't hit the button to push it live to players. It just doesn't make any sense. Rob, I don't remember if I said hi to you and Sean, but hello if I did not. Lack of cash to pay dev time, but it's already done. Like, they've already designed it. It's already there. They've said it on the 10 forward streams that they have the advanced and elite versions. This does not make sense. You do the stream, but instead of you taking a bath, it's an enterprise model floating around. Just keep the cam on the floating ship the whole time while you stream. Terrible. That would be a bit of a meme. That legitimately would be a bit of a meme there. I want to have faith that they will make the new TFOs not normal only after the event. but I can't trust Cryptic. All recent TFOs have been normal only, which sucks. Yeah. This chair is needing some WD-40 already. I don't know if that squeaking came through the mic, but imagine if Cryptic just released the new TFOs at elite level only. I mean, they did that with Corfez, you know how many years ago. I think Corfez is fun. You just have to have, you know, a competent team. Enterprise hot tub streaming. Yeah, that would be interesting. No squeeze, just click. Chat is getting out of hand. Security teams report immediately. Oh no. I am a little bit concerned reading some of the things in chat. Yeah, yeah, Voyager. Voyager is someone named Voyager. Second. There's coffee in that nebula. I need some coffee. Okay, setting game here. Actually, before I head too far, they did put out a blog today, which was really surprising. They don't typically put news blogs out on the weekends. Why is this not working? Hold on. There we go. Oh, I need to make it so this only applies to this website. There we go. So there's some new Starship bridges coming to Stowe with the upcoming incursion season. These bridges have been used in story missions over the past couple of years, which is why they were developed. Cryptic doesn't make bridges just to make bridges anymore. If they make a ship bridge, it has to be because it's being used in a story mission. So the Miranda Bridge is going to be added for all Federation ships, or most Federation ships. So you'll have that as a free option. The Yorktown Bridge is going to be available if you own any of the Odyssey class ships. And there's a Klingon Bridge, which looks sort of similar to the existing Klingon Bridge. I don't really know side by side what the difference is here, but if you own any of these ships here, which look like a lot of the D7s, if you have any of those, then you'll have access to this Katinga Bridge. Earl Grey Nebula. More ways to spend your money. Metal floor looks new to me. Yeah, I guess the floor a little bit different. Okay, so I mean it's new bridges. That's always nice to see, but just note that it is just the bridges, not the full interiors. So outside of the bridge, the rest of the interior is going to, you know, to be the same old ones. So again, you know, starship interiors don't really get much attention unless they're there for a story mission. So that is why we have these new ones being added in, because they were used for story missions. David, how's it going? Voyager, you got lucky on an isomag reroll. Very nice. And apparently I was tabbed out of Stowe too long. Yeah. I try to not be too negative about some Stowe things, but yeah, so some of the things are a little bit demotivating for those of us trying to play the game long term. That 10 forward earlier this week, I honestly I spent probably a good half hour doing takes that were trying to not be too negative, you know, about the 10 forward stream, because it legitimately felt like they were just trying to get out of that 10 forward as fast as possible. Like they did not want to be there is what the vibe was. Let's increase render scale here. Yeah, the 10 forward was one of the worst. Let's see. need to slot some stuff for my fleet, apparently. I haven't even really checked my Fed fleet in a while. To be honest, I don't really play the Fed side much anymore. I pretty much just exclusively like play on my KDF characters now. It's not that the Fed side is bad, it's just that for what I do, I feel like the Klingon side just has more benefits for like my playstyle. 200,000 fleet credits. That always sucks. I mean, I did a live reaction and I felt like I was bored for most of it. I think you guys probably saw that on that members only stream. Like it was just really just felt like a waste of time even doing a live reaction to it. Just wasn't really anything going on. Mr. Demon, I haven't played Stow in a while. Still watch my videos every so often. Just read an article. They're adding the Protostar. Got excited and discovered it's lockbox. Yep. If it's a hero ship from Star Trek, it's probably going into a lockbox or a promo pack. And it's really disgusting in the case of the Protostar because that is a kids show. So you've got a Star Trek kids show where the only way to get the hero ship from that show is to go out and gamble for it. And as I've discussed, multiple times before, the gambling is not wonderful. Psycho Chicken, how's it going? I think that there's a lot of people on the dev team, like Thomas, Jonathan, Humor Boy. Like that, there's a lot of people on the dev team that I think are very passionate about the game still. But I do not think Kale really cares much for Stowe personally. That's the vibe he gives off on the 10 forwards. Um, and I don't know some of the decisions management makes there. It's just trying to extract money. I mean, it's pretty bad when, like I was just saying a couple minutes ago, all these new TFOs they've said have advanced and elite versions internally, yet they haven't given them to us. It just doesn't make sense. There's a lot of things I wish that they would do different. There's some things that really wouldn't take much effort on their part. Um, some of the things I'd like to see, like the Foundry, that would be a big technical hurdle for them to do, and I don't see that happening again anytime soon. But things like, just giving us the advanced and elite versions as a queues, that doesn't seem like that's asking that much. Yeah, Nickelodeon had to sign off on the Prodigy entering via gambling. The mixed stew KDF fleet. I haven't looked at that in a while, Voyager. Phaser isomatics are above 50, yeah. Do I think they'll ever update the Endeavor system by adding a catch-up system? I really would like that, but I don't think they're going to do anything like that anytime soon. When the topic of buying out Endeavor ranks has been brought up before, their response basically was that the Endeavor system is something to keep people playing this game long term, and I don't think that they're willing to move away from that idea that this system is here to keep people in the game long term. In my opinion, it does the other thing. If someone new is coming into Stowe and they want to do something at a high level, whether that be DPS chasing or PvP, and they see that there's this Endeavor system that's going to take 2.5 to 3 years to complete, that's probably just going to make most people say, yeah, F that, and just move on to a different game. I think the game desperately needs a catch up mechanic for the Endeavor system or a way to buy out the Endeavors. Let's see. Yeah, maybe once the protostar, like once the lockbox actually goes live, maybe there will be some blowback somewhere, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Endeavor for hanger pets, and I think the other concern too is if they add more to the Endeavor system, it is just furthering the gap between a new player and a veteran player. Yeah, I think like elite, not necessarily like a full random elite playlist, but um something that I think they could benefit from is have like a playlist in the thingy here where it is all of the like isomag elite TFOs have a thing where you can hit that to just queue for all of the queues that drop the isomag component. I think something like that would be, interesting. Let's see. Yeah, Endeavor's a very, very long term effort. Starfield is so realistic. I have Starfield. I have it downloaded, but I have not played it yet. I don't know why I haven't started it yet. I've got it unlocked. I got the premium edition with my graphics card, but I have not felt like going in and committing the amount of time that would be yet. Maybe in the next couple days I'll take a stab at it. Sorry, I'm just catching up on all the chat here. Dovin, thank you for all the you do for Stowe. Yeah, I'm glad to help. Can the Tamir Alliance Raider closely match the Delkina command with regards to DPS? The Tamir and the Delkina would have different play styles. The Tamir would work if you're doing like an assault formation theta type tort boat, but I think overall the Delkina is a better, the Delkina is going to be a better ship. I don't have like an exact percentage number to give to you, but the Tamir is an event ship. It's a good event ship, but event ships are always built to be a little bit weaker than even a standard C store ship because they want you to still have a reason to go out and pick up the better ships. I think the Delkina, I think for any type of build you're doing, the Delkina is going to be better. Yeah, there's the Klingon recruit 10% endeavor bonus. Yeah. Yeah, an event where you can, or another thing that I've heard is, don't let us buy the Endeavor points directly, but have it so that we can pay like Dilithium to unlock the next day of Endeavor missions. That might be another approach that they could do. That would also be a Dilithium sink, but they don't like, if for whatever reason, they don't seem to be a big fan of some of these Endeavor sinks because they'd rather have it as a Zen, something in the Zen store. So but that's another idea I've heard floating around, but I don't think they'd ever do it. 61 many endeavors to go. Yeah, it's a very long grind. Isomag grinding is so painful. Yeah, I'll play Starfield. I'll be playing it here in the next couple days, hopefully. Yeah, it very much benefits from an SSD. Axel, thank you for the membership there. August, howdy to you also. I hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. Yeah, the Fleet Norway is close to the Dalkina. Um, I'd say the Fleet Norway gets you to like 80 to 90% of what the Dalkina is. It's not a perfect, one for one, but it's a good budget alternative. Romulan plasma build. Oh, the Delkina, absolutely the Delkina. The Delkina is gonna for that type of build. The Delkina is gonna be much better. We talk about gambling in that game, but with Star Citizen, the whales in that game are really invested, and it's still only an alpha. Yeah, Stu, how's it going? Yeah, I mean, I've got for right now until I sell one of my graphics cards. I've got basically two high end computers now, two high end gaming computers because my NAS right now is my old AM4 setup, but it's got the 7900 XTX in it for right now. And then my main desktop is my 7950X AM5 setup, and my 3090 is in it for right now. But I'm gonna probably sell that 3090 to recover the cost of the 7900 XTX. I'm just keeping the 3090 for a month or two just to make sure everything's fine. Because the first 7900 XTX had some issues, as you guys will remember. But it's been working fine. All my streams and all my gaming in the past week has been on that 7900 XTX, and it's been solid. Got Cardassian T6 pack at the sale. Very nice. Now I just want to nuke Bajor from orbit. Oh no. Yeah, you cannot main stow. That is one of the big things that I think a lot of new players for Stowe need to know too, is that this is not a game that you can main long term. You have to have other games that you can go and play. Why do you think we've never seen a Wolf 359 or Sector 001 TFO? I honestly I do not know. It never made sense to me why they didn't do like a Wolf 359 TFO. You know, put in a big difficult board cube that has like a billion hit points. That would be fun. That would be, it'd be just a big HP sponge, but it would, be the point of, that was a big moment from the franchise, and it just is crazy that they have not capitalized on it. Yeah. 20 Endeavor points as a secondary choice pack in Muds bundles. Terrible turtle. Yeah, I'm glad to keep you all updated. Ramsman, how's it going? Yeah, you really do have to have multiple games to go to. For me, I've got World of Warships that I do play quite a bit. I don't really stream that or team up for stuff in Warships because I play with a very selfish play style in there, and if I see my team doing things early on that indicate to me that the match is going to be a loss, I will go in and throw my ship's life away so that I can move on to the next match. So that's why you guys don't really see me streaming or teaming up for warships that often, because the way I tend to play that game is not necessarily what I think would be the most entertaining to watch stream wise. I just go through, play, and just try to have fun with it. What brand was it? The 7900 XTX I was having issues with was XFX. The new one that I have is the Power Color Red Devil. And I'm going to be putting a water block on it, and I'm also going to be flashing the BIOS on it to put the ASRock Aqua BIOS on it. I might do a video on that, like the teardown of the GPU, flashing the BIOS, and then um, putting the water block on it. I might do that as like a video, see how that does. Yeah, the 7900 XTX seems to be matching the 4090 in some of the reviews I saw. The Gamers Nexus one, especially like even at 4K, the 7900 XTX was matching the 4090, which is crazy. STO is my only game. Terrible. Yeah. Nuke Major TFO. Is the new TFO a clone of Starbase 1? I think that is the impression that a lot of people have, especially given that they've updated that map. We'll have to wait and see, but that is definitely the impression that I have. August is that one of the new TFOs is a copy paste of the existing Starbase 1 map, just with the enemies changed. Any word yet on how the T6X2 token will be implemented? No idea. They have not confirmed or denied anything on that. You couldn't ask on the 10 forward because they, again, they couldn't wait for that stream to be over with. It really felt like they were just rushing to get it done. I've reached out, I've asked, and I've been told that we'll have to wait for a blog. So we don't know if it's a new token or the existing T6X token. Um, I would hope that it's the existing token, just for the simple fact that that would just simplify things, and that would increase, the lithium demand from people going in and ripping open Phoenix packs. That would be the simple solution, but again, we don't know yet. They won't say. Yeah. The Stowe forms, you've probably heard my thoughts on the Stowe forms before, Stu, but I think the forms have been a joke for a very long time. Frame rates are terrible. Did a dev pop up on ESD? Oof. If you're ever having issues with frame rate in Stowe, you can do /render scale, like 0.7, and that will lower the resolution of the game a little bit for you. That can help sometimes. Wow, I am far behind on chat. Power color as well. Yeah, I mean the card looks great. I sort of feel bad that I'm going to be putting a water block on it, but this cooler with me mounting the card vertically actually was conflicting with some of the tubing in my build, which is a bit crazy. Yeah, Nvidia's software suite just is really strong. I hope that AMD can actually bring their frame generation stuff out like they've discussed, to a point where any DX 11 and 12 game can utilize it, but that sounds like that's still, several months away. Cryptic listens to us. Terrible. Hmm. Yeah, I've seen a couple different consoles that can aggro the Borg early. Can't stand Starbase One. Yeah, the isomags were a really interesting change. I just feel like that's the only interesting advanced console. I feel like the other three are a bit underwhelming. The pet one I haven't talked about too much recently. I did do some testing with it when it first came out, but I feel like the pet one, most of the time you're better off just using isomags. A lockbox item, David, if they did that, that would cause some interesting discussions on Reddit. Nick, how's it going, man? Yeah. Yeah, I was really hoping that there'd be an announcement blog for the T6X2 token before the end of the Phoenix event, and ideally before the weekend here, because a lot of people do only really put time in on the weekends, and the Phoenix event is not going to be active next weekend. Yeah, the extra slots are going to be nice. I think that the extra console slot and the extra trade slot are going to be a big boost for a lot of my builds. That's an extra ISO mag and an extra trade. I don't know what I'm going to slot yet, actually. I have to figure things out. Like on my Delkina here, I mean, obviously it's just going to be another ISO mag. But on the Starship trait side, Got Emergency Weapon Cycle, Withering Barrage, Complex, Tearing Goodbye, Sad, Universal Designs. So I'd probably put Ruin back on. Yeah, Ruin would go back on this build. Probably should be on right now, but yeah, that should be on over Sad, actually. I don't know why. So I'd probably put Sad on as the 7th trait. It's interesting. I think it's going to be a nice boost for a lot of us. OPOG would definitely work too. Sad just for the debuff in content, but yeah, OPOG would actually probably be the better idea because that's gonna make the plasma dot go off a bit more. Okay, I need to get my Borg red alert or just a red alert done here. I'm gonna do a Tholian one real quick. Now OPOG would definitely be a good idea. More Isomax is always nice. Yeah, there's a red alert active right now. I didn't even see that last one there. Nice and easy, and there's also a bonus mark event going on right now, so if you're looking to stock up on some rep marks, then now's a great time. But pen weapons get more devalued with SAD. I know I still haven't done a video on pen, not being as good as I was claiming it to be in that video, but I think for 99% of players, pen is perfectly fine and probably going to be a very big boost for them. Darth, I think the big thing is that we're seeing some of the cryptic games start to. I mean, we're clearly heading towards a slower development cycle as we've seen over the past couple of years. The game is not in maintenance mode, but very clearly they think that they don't need to have as much staff on hand for their existing games as they once did. And I mean the fact that they made him the community manager for all three of their current titles indicates to me also that they're trying to cut cost a little bit in anticipation of their next project. Yeah, the debuff point where Pen falls behind or like breaks even with damage and crit D is like somewhere in the 140s, I thought. Okay. I did not have a parser up for that, so let me start up my combat log here. And where is STO combat meter? Oh, there's an ISC forming up right there. Perfect. What is my shield visual? It is the Bozeman Titans. from the summer event. So it's 1,000 Lola no favors. Is yours in the video? The Delkina build video will be coming this month. The ISC did fill already, yeah, it looks like. Guessing it filled over in diamonds. Yeah, this is the Bozeman Titan. I just think it looks sort of cool on this. Check my DMs. Terrible, Rob. Ten more days. Yep. How's it going, Alan? Terrible. We got a troll account in here. I wonder who that could be. Megla Noel is looking for you in game here. Cannot wait for the new bridges. Will look amazing on Lexington, indeed. I have basically no influence over anything, you know, Cryptic does. The same as any other Stowe content creator. I think a big thing to keep in mind is they don't really interact with content creators. So like that there's we have as much like communication with them as any of you. Like myself, Nick Stud, 1701 here, like they don't really interact with us like you would see other games do with content creators. So yeah, I mean, we can make a video discussing things and try to get, you know, their attention on certain topics that way, but that doesn't really do much. Like I made a video a while back going over issues with the Infinity Lockbox, and like they responded initially, but you know, nothing ever actually came of that. I'm slow today. Loose sphere.
Sensors confirm that the transwarp
Yeah,
conduit
that
has been
was a bit
destroyed.
sloppy.
However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted. We will need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
Well, that was, I mean, that was an interesting run. Thank you all for sending that up. I look forward to having another isomag and another starship trait. That extra isomag is going to take me up to just under like 170 weapon power before anything else is factored in. So that'll be pretty interesting. Let's see here. Most I've ever gotten them to do is when Tumor Boy put my name on the Enterprise F bridge. Yeah, they, when it comes to like them making decisions, they do not really care what any of us think. They're gonna, you know, monetize things the way they do. Um, and the thing is, like, I think that there's just little changes here or there that they could make that would greatly improve their monetization. Like the Infinity Lockbox stuff that I suggested how many months ago, you know, about how to revamp the Infinity Lockbox. Like if they did that stuff, we would not have some of the issues we have right now with the Infinity Lockbox, but they just don't really care is the impression I get. They feel fine with how it is and are just not wanting to even consider listening to that type of feedback. Yeah, Cryptic's going to do what Cryptic's going to do, indeed. You either like what they do or you do it, you play a different game. Like that's basically how it goes with Cryptic products. Pay to win premium casual gameplay right here. I know, terrible. ISE check now gambling? Is that what people want is gambling? You guys want gambling? Yeah, I'll probably do a video opening the Protostar lockbox when it drops. Um, but for today, I mean, the only keys that I have are over on Tribble, so there's nothing that I'd gain from opening more stuff over on Tribble right now. Just wait a week or two, and I'll have a video out opening 1,000 Protostar lockboxes or something like that. When is the X2 dropping? September 12th, so 10 days. Terrible. Yeah, indeed, Stu. Okay, so Nick is saying ground combat, and I know you guys have been saying, you know, isomag, so let's go through and do an Into the Hive Elite. This is, again, like the easiest TFO to do to farm isomag stuff, so yeah. No, you don't want Jonathan to take over for Kale. Um, you want Jonathan to continue, you know, working on the systems team. It's just for the community manager position, I just think it would be, I don't know. I don't know Kale, you know, that well, you know, personally. I just, the impression he gives off is that he doesn't really care much about interacting with the community or really about the product. Like again, it feels like a lot of the 10 forwards just trying to get him over with as soon as possible. Started GoFundMe for my key addiction. Terrible. I don't think Cryptic would hire me, to be honest, August. I'd applied in the past. I even applied for a QA position a couple years ago and that didn't go anywhere. Kale's making like 100 a year, I think. Oh, you know what happened? I was in a private queue, so it didn't actually put me into the hive pot. Rip. Okay, I'm gonna re-queue now. I'm like, why isn't that going? Yeah, 100K. Sean, I would say if you match as many engineering consoles as TAC consoles, go isomag is the general guidance that I would give for it right now. Because you have to consider with your TAC consoles, you're almost always going to have one for that is not even a locator, anyways. Quite often you'll have like the Lorca console on, or maybe the Fekiri Torment engine. So right there, that's one or two of your TAC consoles already eaten up by other consoles. So if you're able to match, as many engineering consoles as TAC, then yeah, I think the isomags are better. And on a case like the Delkina, with the plasma build that I'm doing, there's secondary benefits from the extra weapon power, like it's boosting the complex plasma fire trait. So that's why I keep that on. Eric, you'd have to have a lot of money for that, with them being owned by Gearbox now. I am queued for Into the Hive Elite public queue if anyone wants to join. Yeah, my isomag video will also hopefully be out here in the earlier half of this upcoming week. I want to have it done by the new season as people return to the game. So over the next couple of days, I'll be doing some testing again with the isomag, getting some fresh data, and going over which I think people should be using. I know that there's definitely some situations where it's gonna still be up for debate for people, as to which is better. But I'm hoping to be able to provide some general guidance on when you should use isomags over locators or exploiters. It is Embracer, which owns Gearbox, which owns or which like is above Cryptic. Or I guess another way to look at it is Gearbox is a sub company of um, yeah, Gearbox is a sub company of Embracer. Cryptic is a sub company of Gearbox.
Sweep this room quickly and you'll catch the Borg off guard. Seize the advantage.
Oh, this is gonna kill me. No, I couldn't get off it fast enough. Terrible. I shouldn't have stayed there as soon as I saw the green. Today's challenge is going to be, let's see how many injuries Spencer can get. And it's still there.
The Borg are reacting. They are awakening reinforcements.
Spencer lost the optional. Terrible. I know. Spencer's a really casual player. Can you believe it? I let the team down? Yeah. I really did. They adapted to this already. I'm really curious to see how the iMod does. I really... That still got me with me being that far away? Terrible. Any speculation on the iMod? Let me read that again when we're through this little area here.
Force field between a central plexus and collective core is down. Gather there for a mission update. We are detecting an energy buildup in the
Good thing
area
Voyager's in another instance, I know. Any speculation on the new board ground set besides the iMod rifle? I do not know. From what I understand, you can make your armor look like that already. Let me see if there's any other info. I don't think there is. Let's check here.
Borg are reacting to the virus upload. Reinforcements inbound.
I'll take a look here in a minute. Adding items from Elite Forces so is a good idea? Yeah. Okay, we're almost through this phase. Hope it's full on kinetic. Well, the iMod, when I was looking at it on the wiki, it said that it's an energy weapon. I had Elite Force on the PlayStation 2, but I never actually like played it that far because the copy I had like some damage on the disc. PlayStation 2. Um, Back when we still dealt with games on disc like that. Um, my copy had a scratch on it and like would crash at a certain mission, so I never got very far. But yeah, it's from what I saw, it's an energy type that like it just changes frequencies all the time, so they can't adapt to it. But like that's the concept of it. All the ground visuals. Really is a lot of ground visuals spam nowadays. Hard to see things with everything going on, but I should have seen the green floor.
You cannot defeat me. You cannot defeat the Borg.
I don't know exactly what it's going to be. I haven't seen the description for it yet. I did see indications from an anonymous source that it probably is the mission reward rather than the event reward, which if that's true, then that's good. Because if that is the case, then that means that it's going to be available long term. Whereas if it was an event specific reward, it would only be available for like a month long. So hopefully that anonymous source is correct. And I'm a bit behind on chat, so let's get caught up here. Let's see. Yeah, I've thought about going through. GOG has Star Trek Elite Force for $8, and they have Elite Force 2 for about the same price. So I've thought about just going through and maybe just grabbing those just to play around with at some point. So many obelisk, that's the key to ground, is literally spam all the obelisk. Everyone on ground should have the obelisk kit module. That's basically how it goes. When am I going to post? Hopefully soon. I just have had other things pop up, but I do want to get that build posted. I can't give you an exact date, but that is still something that I want to get posted up on the channel, and hopefully within the next week or two, we'll see it up on the channel. One of the things I'm wanting to do here also in the next couple days maybe is mess around with shield capacity, because, like I talked about in the Protostar stats breakdown, I think the trait that they have for it is just a little bit disconnected from reality with the numbers that they have, where you have to get 60k shield capacity, and I know that's possible. I know that that's doable, but I want to see exactly what type of investment that would require on your build in order to actually get that 60k. Let's see. Yeah, the anti-Borg weapons in the Omega rep. Yeah, I was hoping for the Typhoon class. I know it's sort of ugly, but I think it would have been nice to have had a brick like that. I mean, exactly. I mean, it's an ugly ship, but sometimes those types of ships are appealing to people. I mean, look at the Enterprise J. You have people like Triz that just absolutely hate it, and every time they see it, they're about ready to puke. But some people really do like the J. So, or even better, add both. Shields, who needs those? I know. J equals roadkill? Wow. I'm sensing some hatred here. What did the Enterprise J do to you? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't see confirmation anywhere about whether or not that's actually the mission reward. I'm gonna lean towards it being that, but we'll have to wait and see. Must be quite a big road for the J to be roadkill. Yeah, that is a very good point. The J is a massive ship. I know people don't really like it, but I do really like legitimately enjoy the other two versions of the Enterprise J quite a bit. The Valkys I think is probably the best version, but the Durgath is just such a massive behemoth of a ship. I just wish the stats were a little bit better, but it is what it is. I still think the ship looks good. Like the Durgath here, this is the KDF version of the Enterprise J. It is huge. Like I'm gonna load back into this map so I'm next to other ships so you can just see the size of this thing. Fly it. Like there's there's some Fed ships next to me. You've got um a Hydra down there, Prometheus here. You've got an Ambassador here. We have a D7 here. The point is, you can see it's a huge ship. Veronica, thank you for the $3 super chat. Very much appreciated. There's Delkina. Yeah, I mean, the point is, the Durgath is a fairly beefy ship, and it's got two hangar bays like the other Enterprise J variants. So, if you're a fan of big ships, I mean, there it is compared to an Odyssey. It's huge. Like the Durgath is legitimately it's a beefy cruiser. I ran over a J in my Chevy years ago and it got stuck in my treads. Oh no. Quentin Rozhenko. Terrible. Yeah. Yeah, there's a Vengeance next to it. I mean, the Vengeance is also a fairly large ship, but the Bordescue, the Durgath here, it's beefy. Parse it and HSE. I mean, the build I have on it is not really great, but if you guys really want me to take it into an HSC, I mean, sure, we can do that. It's not going to go great, but if it's what you guys want, which it sounds like it is, so Hive Onslaught Elite public queue. Here we go. McStud, how's it going? It's been a long time. Microsoft now owns all the studios responsible for Elite Force. Yeah, I think that like a remaster on it would be for visual remaster would be interesting. Farsted and Voth Trench Run, terrible. when is the CC collab? We would have to be all like playing Stowe, and when we try to play Stowe, the server performance usually just sucks. There's a Valkus next to the Durgath. The Valkus is also very, very massive. Yeah, I mean that's been done. That was done like right when the J came out. No tank? Oh no. Well, rip me. I am not in a survivable setup, so if there is no tank in here, then that is truly a rip. Remember me.
Resistance is futile.
This would be a lot better if I converted this build over to plasma.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Feedback, watch out.
Efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
It wasn't terrible, but not the fastest HSC. But it was interesting. How much did the pets do? That's always the big question with this stuff, right? So the pets did 69.99k. Just under 70k there, and oh, it looks like this the last time I used this I was testing the elite versus the advanced temporal ops scorpion fighters, so The elite ones are better. I guess it's your answer there. Yeah, the debris on space maps like HSC sucks. Yeah, it was an upload for two of you.
Only fools dream of victory where none can be had.
Let's see. Next to, I guess, oh no. I'm hoping the iMod is a high density and not a sniper or a pulse wave. Yeah. Just got the ultimate 3-piece today. Very nice. Convert it to Tetrion so we can see the real build. Everything is better as Viridian Plasma. That is the truth. Do some bug hunt. Bug hunt's not really that difficult. It's fairly easy map. I just have this Durgath set up as a just a CSV build. If a ship can run CSV, then that's usually the top performing DPS option on it. I know people don't like that, and people don't like that I just toss CSV on everything, but it's just so effective. Buy all the Viridian Plasma on the exchange. Terrible. I wish I had that level of market manipulation power. You know, how many times have I said isomags are good, and that market still is underwhelming. I'm just thinking, what ship do I want to bring out here? Haven't flown the World Razor in a little bit. Do I really want a Phaser Isomax to be 100 mil? I mean, I would very much like that, yes. Dark Ghost, how's it going? The beam weapons like Fire Will is would be good if it didn't have the 20-second global cooldown, but I'm just not a big fan of beam overload, as many of you are acutely aware. Well, people don't like the visuals of CSV, I think, is the biggest thing. The shots going all over the place is not the most appealing to most people. Hold on, I want to take a look at something. When are we doing ISE? I've already done an ISE just a little bit ago. I just got a message I was just responding to. Related to O game. Okay. Let's go back here. Yeah, the World Razor. This will be an interesting one too with the extra Universal console. Probably just another exploiter, but I could also do another console here. I don't know. Going to be a lot of interesting build 30 crafting happening once T6X2 actually goes live. Distant Night, Legendary Inquiry Theory Crafting when we have official confirmation. But let's be real. If they do a Legendary Inquiry, people are going to be getting it just for the skin, and then they're going to return to using the older Inquiry. if that, ever hypothetically happens. Actually, I'm going to use a different ship. I'm going to continue the plasma trend and promoting the isomags. Let's go back to the Delkina. If I can find it. Oh, new console slot. I can do so much. Insert another isomag. Pretty much. Private ISC. Is the cooldown even done? It is. Okay, private. Nick, you were asking about ISC. Did you want to hop in? American Worker Cruises are ready. Is Agony still bugged? I think so. I don't think anything's changed with that. I really have not tested it. And I think Game Freaks is currently attached to another game. Armored Core 6 or whatever just came out, and I know he was really looking forward to that. Terrible. I have 3 slots for this infected Space Elite if anyone wants to join. Two slots left. Who wants them? We need a tank. I mean, a tank would be very much appreciated. Nick? I mean, we could just power through it without a tank. Looks like you're up, Voyager. No, it's fine. We got it. I know what I'm going to do. We already know the Delkina is going to do well. I'm going to swap to a different ship. Let's see how the CSV tanking goes on the where is it here? Already passed it. Want them to release the inquiry for Lobby again? I could tell you about plenty of times going without a tank in Korea. Oh no. Oh no. Quentin Rozhenko always has some very insightful comments. Okay, is everyone ready? Everyone good to go? Okay, here we go. Will I be able to tank this or will I fail? What do you guys think? Can the Terran Eagle draw threat? And can it survive? That's the big question. It's not an engineer. I can't tank. I know. So much toxicity, Rob. Jace, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night.
The situation is...
Oh, we getting some despawn here? We're gonna get some despawn. Be ready for the map to disappear. What? I can't believe it. Everything's gone.
Scanning the nanite threat. God. You still think that's moving? The nanite drone. Repair the threat. Stop now. The probe is closing in on the threat. Destroy it.
And now the dog's going nuts. The issue with CSV tanking is you're focusing your fire in like one part of the map, so I can't pull threat from the gate and attack you at the same time. Which means I failed the team. Two deaths? Yeah, I failed. I failed. I let the team down. Let's see what the stats were there. Yeah, it was bad. Voyager. So Data, you end up having the most attacks in there. Intriguing, I've got you at 28%. Yeah, that was... I ended up having, like, the lowest attacks in. That is garbage. That was bad. That is unfortunate. I did very much fail the team there. Pause better for threat, yeah. Why Ox Power for that setup? I do not remember why I have Ox Power up, to be honest with you. Yes. That was rough. That was a failure. CSV tanking definitely not the best. You REA'd yourself? Cyberson, how's it going? Keep flipping between the Inquiry and the Excelsior 2 for my event box. I think the Inquiry is the better ship. The Excelsior 2 just has a console that would be fun to use on a variety of ships. Like that's the thing is the Excelsior 2 is a good platform, but it's a 4-4 and you're locked into beams on it. So the Inquiry at least has flexibility and can do other things. Yeah, I expect the Duderstat or whatever to make an appearance at some point, probably through a promo box. Yeah, that was a bit rough. You know, I'm living up to the name of the channel, casual. So let's act like I never flew that build and swap ships. That never happened. Adrian? Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. The Bowl Sentry ship? Yeah, that looks like a fun ship to mess around with. Okay, let's go through now and let's do a crystalline catastrophe. I'm going to leave this private TFO here. Let's do a crystalline catastrophe. That's 10 players. Crystalline catastrophe advanced. Let's get the marks from it. Coming soon, casual tanking tips video. Oh no. I was working on a survivability video a while back, and that Parent Eagle was what I was using for it, but I was doing that in solo content. Public queue, Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced, if anyone wants to join. 10-player TFO, gets new car or fleet marks, very easy to do. Trying to decide which bundle to get. I mean, the 12th bundle still has a lot of value to it. I think the 13th has more value, but the 12th, if you're really wanting to do carrier builds, SAD is pretty essential if you're using any of the fighter squadrons. That's a pretty big improvement there, and SAD is also a good amount of debuff, which you may be able to fit onto more builds with the upcoming 7th trait. TFO is loading. Hopefully it goes here shortly. Need a light for the desk so you can see the keys, or you need a backlit keyboard. Might be an easier option. Yeah. Lexington is definitely a very solid ship from that bundle. I don't know. There's MUDs bundles right now that are interesting to me, but I don't think right at this very moment I can justify putting more money into the game. I did buy, a MUDs bundle just a couple months ago, the Into Darkness one, and I'd been wanting that for a long time. And I think it was a good bundle to pick up for the account wide unlocks for my account, but it's really hard for me to justify putting more money in given the state of things. Like the server performance being just absolute garbage every time I do actually try to do something with my team is just it's frustrating. Like, I finally get people together to do a run, and then we can't because the server is just absolute garbage. And there's also the issue of there's just nothing new to do, Like, they're not releasing harder difficulties of these newer pieces of content they're releasing for the TFOs, and it's just, why do I want to continue dumping money in to do normal content, Very nice. Good job, everyone. Yeah, it just is difficult with the level of content. And then the fact that they do make content, but then they can't be bothered to take the time to turn on the advanced and elite modes, it's just frustrating. Logitech silent keyboard. Hoodwinked, what you gotta do is you gotta get a nice custom keyboard. Keychron has some nice ones. You can get the cheaper ones that have a plastic frame, or you can spend like twice the price to get one with a beefy aluminum frame, and those got backlighting, and you can swap the switches out to something silent if that's what you're looking for. Whatever came of the list from character only locked bundle items, nothing so far. Cryptic is not usually very fast to address things, so don't be surprised if anything does come of that. That you may not see the impact of that, for a long time. 19,000 Zen now. I used to do the contraband stuff quite a bit, but I just haven't been able to justify even spending the time for that the past couple years. Razer keyboard during a 60% off sale, terrible. Well, I mean, with like mechanical keyboards, there's different switches you can get. So you can get ones that are loud, you can get ones that are really silent. There's lots of options out there. There's like thousands and thousands of different switch types. Okay, let's do another 10-player TFO here. Let's do Binary Circuit Elite. This is a ground TFO. Pretty easy to do, but it's easy competitive marks. So let's get one of these knocked out quick. Yeah, I almost got the Q5 Pro from Keychron a month or two back, but I ended up going with the QK100 from Cordy Keys. Um, that was a group buy, but they mailed it super fast. It's actually been sitting here on my desk for like a week or two now, and I need to go through and put it together. I just have not went through and done that yet, so I need to get that done here soon. Greg, how's it going? Q5? Nah. The hold on. Yeah, so this is what I was thinking about getting. The Keychron Q5 Pro. When they were doing the Kickstarter drop for it, but I ended up going with the QK100, which has a very similar layout, but is a bit more customizable. Again, I'm in the public queue for Binary Circuit Elite. This is a ground competitive TFO, not that difficult to do. Take a full team into hard mode patrols on Elite. We may need a death counter, though. Yeah, the numpad is very important, but I don't like how some of the 1800 style keyboards compress the 0 down to a 1U. I really like having the 2U 0 on the numpad. Isn't the Eagle Moss Lexington back soon? Yeah, they're gonna have the Enterprise F here middle of September. I'm pretty sure. Just need a couple more in the queue for Binary Circuit Elite if anyone wants to join. Yeah, no problem, Hoodwinked. And they do have Like $200 for a keyboard, I know is not the most appealing, but Keychron does have some really nice options at a more affordable price. Like you can basically get the same keyboard just with a plastic frame rather than the heavy aluminum one for like half the cost. Was it like A10? B series? Yeah, I couldn't think of which one it was. It's like if you're looking for a full size, the V6 would be like 89 bucks on their store. But that's, it's a full size custom, so you can swap out the switches if you wanted, the keycaps. You can get one with a knob if you wanted. They have different switch types there too, so it's like stuff like that is nice. And low profile, yeah. Pathfinder. Again, if anyone wants to join, we're in the public queue for Binary Circuit Elite. This is a ground TFO competitive. It is a maze. It is not actual PvP. It is you're just racing the other team to complete the maze first. There we go. PvP match in stream one. I don't know. Martin, how's it going? South facing. Yeah, but unless you're using like the GMK keycaps, I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Join the PvP dark side. I just don't think for me, I don't think PvP in this game is worth the time investment at this point for me. I used to do a lot of PvP, but I think with how small the PvP community in Stowe is, and just the current state of things, I think it's just wiser for me to get my competitive itch from other games like World of Warships, Battlefield 2042, the games that have like an actual population where you can get a match at any time of the day. Whereas with Stowe, people are, trying to get just even 5v5s together, a couple times a week. Map transfer failed. Yeah, I would like for that to be dealt with. Oh, that's terrible, Voyager. I mean, I used to have a lot of fun with PvP in this game, but I just don't think it's the time investment, the cost investment. I just don't think you're getting a return from it. Did someone hit the console?
The red team beat the first challenge.
Thank you. I'll stay back and hit the second one here. I have an idea of what they were probably wanting to tease, and I think they mentioned it on a 10 forward. Like, the reason people have been talking about the inquiry is because I'm pretty sure, like, a couple 10 forwards ago, there was a mention of, um, like, an updated model for the inquiry.
The red team beat the second challenge.
Yeah, PvP is not what it once was in the game.
The red team beat the third challenge.
Have to make these colors line up, so blue on one side, yellow on the other.
Training program complete.
Oh, good try.
Results to follow.
The other team just blitzed through that.
One of your tunnel segments has been reset.
Drive one. Yeah, STO PvP used to be very different from what it is now. There was a time where I thought PvP in this game was very fun, but I think the current iteration of what we have just is not an enjoyable experience. All the placates and science crap that we have to deal with now, just it's not as fun as what it was like in the pre-Delta Rising days. And for anyone that missed that time period, I feel bad for you because that was like right around that Legacy of Romulus to Delta Rising time frame. Like that period in between was probably peak STO. That was probably the best time period in the entire history of this game. There was so much activity. People were really engaged with stuff. Things were really booming. And then Delta Rising came around and basically just obliterated things. Partly because of some of the changes that happened, like the introduction of Tier 6 ships, and partly because of just the raw incompetence of Cryptic's management at the time. As I've talked about before, they were punishing players that leveled up too fast with Delta Rising, and as soon as people logged in and saw that they had spec points taken away for leveling up too fast, there were people I know that were very engaged with the game that put a lot of money in. They closed their game, they uninstalled it, and they never came back. Like, just the Cryptic's actions in that time frame hurt the game so much long term. And their response to like some of the feedback that happened then just was not good. Very, like, just really not good at all. Having trolls in the third room will well. Yeah. Just bring back cannons. Yeah, and I think that's why you saw the T6X2 stuff and not, like an introduction to T7, because I think Cryptic's biggest fear right now, I think, is the fact that if they did Tier 7s, that a lot of people would probably just quit. And I think that's a fair assessment. I know a lot of people that wail out quite heavily on this game, but if they were told that T7 was, being going to be introduced and that all of their existing T6X, ships would have T7 versions, they would just F off. They would quit and never look back. Like there's a lot of people as is, a lot of whales that I know that are already at that point with the game because of how slow the development cycles have gotten and just how bad the gameplay experience is with like the server. You look at the DPS community and look at how many of the like DPS players have just quit in the past couple of years. Like, and if they did T7, that would just accelerate. Especially given the fact that there's no content that's really challenging once you're at that level. T7, yeah, would absolutely just kill the game. I think if Cryptic's smart, they'll focus on the ship side. They have the metrics to understand which tokens are being purchased the most, and I think the Elite Bridge Officer one, I would hope that they're seeing that probably, hasn't been the most successful. The Elite Captain one, I mean that might be cool for some people, but I think for Cryptic, from a monetization point of view, now that they've had time to go through and try these different tokens, I think for them it just makes sense, or it would make sense to just continue focusing on the ship side. Yeah. But there's other ways that they can approach the ship upgrades. Like they could do it, or if they did an elite captain upgrade, next year or something, what they could do alongside of it to cover the space side is increase the active DOF slots that you can have. Like I've talked about before, 8 active DOF slots is possible within the game engine. It's just that they have it limited to 5 or to 6 right now. They could unlock those extra ones, and then that's additional monetization from them going through and people going and buying more DOFs to put on their build. Yeah. And kit module's terrible. Voyager, congrats on the epic prize token. Terrible turtle. Nah, I've had similar thoughts about adding like an additional bridge officer seat to ships. Standard pilot on the Enche, terrible. Nah, but for Cryptic, it would be smart to just focus mostly on the space side, in my opinion. More BOF stations for our ships, yeah. Waldo, how's it going? Axel, congrats to you as well. All I know is that there was a feature several years ago that allowed people to get up to 8 active DOF slots, and those did eventually get taken away, but that was as far as it would go. It wouldn't let you go above 8. Yeah, I mean, there is a Phoenix event going on. Let me open up some of these Elite Q boxes first and see if I got anything out of them. So, there's one component. There's an isomag. I got 4 out of 5. That's pretty good RNG. It's not bad at all. Yeah, Darth. There's definitely some interesting questions that we're gonna have to wait and see, because I don't think Cryptic's gonna have an answer for us. Miracle Worker revamp first, yeah. Linus, how's it going? Maybe make a Terran character, the notorious SAB. Terrible. I don't actually have any more character slots. That may sound crazy, but I don't. Like, better turn off the hacks before cryptic notices? Terrible. I don't have any more character slots, and I can't buy anymore. I'm at the cap. I got all the characters it'll let me have. I'd have to delete a character to get another. Micro sab? Terrible. Yeah, like with lockboxes, always open the Phoenix packs on the same character. We don't know what the pity point is with the Phoenix packs, but you have to assume that it's going to work somewhat similar to the lockbox side, where it's really optimal to just open on one to try and hit that pity point. We don't have an approximate. The issue with the Phoenix packs is you can't go and like try and open them on Tribble. Every one you open on Tribble just gives you an epic. They're not launching enough EMP probes. There we go. I need 30 kills, so I need them to start activating like EMP probes and all that. They're invulnerable if you don't do the first interactive, if you don't like go through and click the thing to fight them. So you can just let them keep spawning stuff in and get your kills. I think my total characters, I think it's just under 60. What is that shield? I'm using the Slime Devil Bandy shield. Trizander's favorite. Rip no Gravwell? Yeah. You know, I can go fix that. I can bring a Gravwell in. That would really help this quite a bit. I don't think they really care about adding more stuff in for the lifetime sub. To be honest with you, Darth, I think that as far as they're concerned, there's enough value there for lifetime, and especially on PC, they don't think that they really need to do much more for it. Is the impression that I get. Okay, where is my EPG build? I am part gen. Here we go. I mean, these anniversary bundles have been introducing a lot of very strong C-store ships. Yeah, Thomas, the shield that I was using is the Slime Devils from the summer event, so it's 1,000 Luna favors to get.
Herald ships on an intercept course.
Ah, rip, I hit the button.
Defend the starbase.
And I forgot that this character has everything on my spam bar.
Anything like these Herald ships before.
Rip.
There's too many of them. Begin evacuation procedure. More Herald ships on sensors. Deploying reinforcements.
There goes my gravel. I messed that up.
Starting my run from the station.
They're cutting through our shields.
There we go. That's good enough.
To get inside the defense perimeter.
I failed there. I mean, that's the RNG of it, is you can open 2,500 and not get a token, or you can open 10 and get a token. It's all RNG. Okay, so the giveaway winner was drawn earlier for the Safe Galaxy Vandy Shield, courtesy of Martin. So let me get that mailed out to them quick. Thank you again, Martin, for donating that for the giveaway. Here we go. EPG build, time to get the welding goggles out. I have, I think, like 6 or 7 epic tokens in the bank right now. I legitimately have not ever had a use for a single one because all the event ships I have from playing the game back then. They just sit in the bank. I refuse to convert them to like ultra rares. Megla, I know. That'll probably be a video on its own. I know I've already done a video going over the Khaled Wrangler, but for those of you not familiar with it, it is a Lobby non-combat ground pet where there's 16 different variants, and if you collect all 16, it gets you a title called Khaled Wrangler, which then unlocks an epic quality one that you can get from the Lobby store for a single Lobby. And I now have the entire set, so I might do that as a video here in the near future. Furry Ball user, the way you make ships turn fast is you use the competitive reputation engines that proc off of firing modes. You use evasive, you use deuterium batteries, and you use the emergency powered engines bridge officer ability alongside the emergency con hologram duty officer from the Phoenix store. Basically just those couple of things, and you can make most ships basically move very well. Why is there a bank slot called SAD? Because when I set this bank fleet up, this entire tab was full of superior area denial trait boxes. Yeah, now this bank is a bit empty. Or I mean, it's not empty, but it doesn't have as much value as it once had. Some weapons there that I probably should look through at some point. Look at all those newspapers. Yeah, I've got a problem. I think we all know this, though. I've got a few different bank fleets. They store a variety of things. And of course the actual just banks on these characters also stores quite a bit of weapons, lockbox stuff, things like that. They're a happy trait. I think there is actually a trait that has happy in the like title for it. One big happy fleet, yeah, there we go, off the legendary Miranda. I'm waiting for that what is it, tutor stat or whatever, the Intrepid class from Picard. I'm waiting for that to be added in. Promo box is just there waiting. No, most of these account banks or most of these fleet banks don't really have a ton of stuff in them now that is worth that much. A lot of this stuff has devalued over time. This is apparently a stockpile of advanced hangar pet consoles. Interesting. And contraband, because if I do contraband, it is nice to have some on hand. I think the Shrike will probably be the January lockbox. 72-hour inventory management stream when? Imagine just a stream where all I'm doing is going through each of these characters and just doing inventory. The thing is, some of you would like that. Some of you would find that enjoyable. And some of you would be just absolutely bored out of your mind. Let's see, where's Market Manipulator? Watching me do it now. Send the video to Triz. Furryball user, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. I may be a hoarder. Wow. Have you seen Triz's inventory? Triz's is so much worse. Also, I may have a lockbox problem. These are all Infinity Prize Pack kit modules. And remember to go through and pick up your free Phoenix prize pack each day. I can't really complain too much about that, Waldo. I was going through a character not too long ago and had mails from like 2014, I think. Let me see if they're still there. I don't remember if I got rid of them. I think that was the Temeth character. Let's see, are they still here? Yes, here they are. I knew they were here. 2014.
We've detected significant temporal activity in the Glorndon core system. Hello.
Yeah, so mails from the good old days. Exactly. Proof I was there. Not going to be able to sleep knowing those are there. I think I have even older mails on some alternate accounts. I think I may have some mails from like 2013. Somewhere. The issue with the kit module boxes is you don't get to select which one you want, which I think would be really beneficial because look at the list. Like, there's just so much in there now. It would be really beneficial to the market and to the player base if we could select the item we wanted. Because think about this. Each one of these kit module boxes is a reward from a lockbox, which means you spent $1 on it. And now that dollar has 50, you know, when you go through to open it up, there's 50 different like options just for the universal kit modules there. Like, if you just go through and hit these, it gives you a random draw. You don't get to pick. And it just is not enjoyable. Yeah, an export function for inventory would be cool. What are the doffs on this character? Tyhath. Let's see. So just some random doffs on this character. Okay. CS Fear Fire will Saberson for SAD to be triggered. Yeah. Yeah, Waldo. That's what, like, one of those things where I just don't understand why they're not taking the time to do that. Like, the Infinity Lockbox sucks to open nowadays. I don't really open them that much anymore because it's just such a chore to go through and, you know, get the items from the lockbox. Like the fact that it doesn't remember what you selected, the fact that you can't bulk open things, it's annoying. Account-wide crafting storage would be neat. Better to let someone else open the boxes. Honestly, that's not wrong nowadays. That is the sad truth, is the way that the experience is now is just you are better off letting someone else do the work. Like opening like 500 log boxes can be fun, but you'll be spending like hours trying to process through everything that you got and sell it. Terrible Megla. I don't remember if ETM or lower versions, yeah, you can like use a CSV one or a FAW one to trigger SAD, yeah. But I don't think the FAW or CSV from ETM can trigger SAD, from what I remember. Rare footage of the captain's table, yeah. This map is the lifetime exclusive map. It's not been updated in a very long time. It's an older style of maps for Stowe. It looks cool though. Like it legitimately looks like a cool map. But there's not a ton to do here. Um, it's definitely like older textures and all that from the early days of the game. It does look cool though. I would love for this map to get an overhaul and have some more things added to it, but I just don't think that that'll ever happen. It does at least have an exchange, which is, the thing that really matters most to me. Elitist map, terrible. Yeah, wasted opportunity. Yeah, that's how a lot of things in this game feel sometimes. I was actually gonna wrap up the stream this tonight. I need to step away from the computer for a little bit. $216 very rare Phoenix tokens since your last epic. I'm gonna wrap things up here. I know for a lot of you it's getting pretty late. It's almost 10 p.m. I have some content I'm going to be working on here in the next couple days. I'm probably going to play Starfield a little bit also, and I'll probably be doing that off stream just because when I do single player games, I just I want to relax and focus on it. Potato plays it okay, nice. But for content, I've already said I want to get the isomag video done, just general guidance on when to use and when not to use isomags. I'm thinking about a video going over how difficult it is to hit 60k shield capacity with regards to the upcoming Protostar trait, just to show how like bad the numbers on that are. And the Dalkina build I know people want, that'll happen this month. But yeah, there's a couple of video ideas that I have planned, and I don't want to say too much and get people's hopes up and then fail to deliver. So, yep, that's gonna be it for tonight. WoW stream when? I don't know. I don't know, Dark Ghost. I don't know. But I did see you've been slamming the naval battles. Very good. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. I don't know if the members list is up to date, but again, thank you to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. I will see you guys around.